have you been wondering how much your building project is going to cost you? Worry no more because I have some information for you, very useful information. So let's go through the spreadsheet. So we start with the foundation. So in the foundation, I have an estimate of 120,000 cedis here, which is just about $10,000 using a rate of 12 is to 1 to the USD. Now, this foundation is using a four-story building, a story building foundation. So it's a two-story of a four-bedroom. So we are doing a four-bedroom. Now, what goes into that? We'll look at that briefly. Then we also have the ground floor framework. So here we look at the block work. After you are done with the foundation, you do your block work. And how much is that going to cost you? As you can see in the shot, that is 48,700, just about $4,000. Then we also have the concrete decking. So here, this is the roof work. So this is where you floor the first floor or the ground floor before you move to the first floor. So that is 172,000. We'll look at the details briefly. Then we have the first floor framework. So it's just like when you are doing the ground floor framework. It's the same thing. It's just the block work you are doing here. Then we have the roofing of the building. This is where you have to pay a lot of attention. So here you buy the wood, you buy the roofing sheets, and then you pay for labor. Then there are other materials that you buy, like nails and stuff. We have lumped everything, and everything is coming to 529,000. You can round it off to 530,000 Ghana cedis. That is just about $44,000. So with 529,000 Ghana cedis, it is enough to get you to the framework. So this stage, you can see the building itself there without the finishing. So with the 529,000, let me recap. So here you see the main building sitting there. You see the building standing there. You will not see the finishing part of it. And so give or take, we have a foundation of 120,000, the groundwork of, I mean, the block work on the ground floor of 48,700. We have concrete roofing or decking of 172,000. The first floor 48,700, 40,000. So in case you are not sure and somebody want to put up the house for you, you have a very good estimate that you can be working with, and make sure you pay attention to it. So let's go through the foundation. So that is what we have here. So the foundation is here. So what goes into the 120,000? As I indicated, when you want to start a building project, you don't need to save a lot of money. You can start with something very small. You don't need to have 50,000, 100,000 before you start a building project. No, it is a gradual process. A lot of people have gone on retirement without doing anything. All you need is a genuine land. We will talk about that one in detail later. But whilst you have the land available, so this is applicable to those who have the land available. What you have to do is to make sure that you have some sand and stone on site. You have 2,500, you can get a trip of sand. You have 2,000, 3,500, get you a trip of stone. And then we have wood and then tools that you will use to do the digging. Before you start the building, you are going to do digging. You are going to dig the foundation. There's going to be some excavation work. So you need a pickaxe, you need a shovel, you need wheelbarrows. And that I have estimated it to be 12,000 cedis. If you don't have 12,000 cedis, you don't have to worry at all. All you have to do is to buy the sand, buy the stones, and put them on the site. Go gather another round of money and then come again. You come and continue. This time you can rent the tools. So instead of spending 3,000 on tools, you can rent them at a cheaper cost. And then the wood, you can even rent some of the wood because the wood will mainly use it for the profiling. So with 12,000, you are good to go with the startup materials. Now let's continue. So then we come to the ground preparation. So in the ground preparation, we have the weeding or leveling of the land. So here you are going to get some guys to weed the land or a grader to level the land for you so that it will be easier to do the digging. Then this is assembly. Now, why do I have this here? So this is what you pay to the assembly that is in charge of the area. They will give you the building permit. So this money goes to them. Then in Ghana, you realize that there are land guards everywhere, even areas that are developed. Before you start building, they will come all over you. If you don't sort them out, it will be difficult for you to build. So if you want your peace of mind, you make provision to cover them. And 2,000 cities should just do that. Then we have the pre-digging settings. So here, this is where the demarcations are done. This is where you do the lines. The lines are drawn for the rooms, where the rooms are, the kitchen is, where the hall is, everywhere. So there is a profiling that is done. You need to use wood. You can use blocks to just do that. You'll be fine. Then we have the labor. So this is where we do the digging. So labor for digging, and this is where the foundation itself is dug. And once that one is done, this one, please, viewers, pay very much attention to this row. Clearing of clay from the site. If you finish the digging and there is clay on site, make sure that the clay is cleared from the site, because it can cause a lot of damage to your foundation. So please clear it from the site and fill it with gravels. The cost of the gravels is down there. So that gives you 16,500 cedis. So at this time, we have done our digging. We are ready to pour some concrete in the foundation, and then we are ready to go again. So now let's come to the foundation itself. Now, before we start laying the blocks for the foundation, we'll pour some concrete in the holes that we have done. I will show you videos of that. So that is labor for branding. We call it branding. So you are branding the holes so that they can put the blocks on it. You can't put the blocks on the bare soil. You have to put it on a concrete. So that is going to cost you some 2,000, and the cement you buy for that. Remember, you have already bought your sand, you have already bought your stones. And so here you have the labor for the branding. You buy cement, and then you have the sand and the stones. They will mix the concrete and pour it in the soil. Then now after that is done, you buy your iron rods. You have to estimate about 10,000 cedis for that, because they will do some rings, they will do mat. I will show you all of that in due course. Then what you pay to the steel bender, who is going to mold or put together the iron rods or the pillars. Then pillar settings. So somebody has to go and set the pillars according to the architectural drawing, and water for the branding. So this one is going to cover this. So that gives you 20,900 Ghana cedis. So let's look at the equivalent in dollars. So the startup materials is going to cost you $1,000. The ground preparation is 1,375. The footing is going to cost you 1,007. Then now let's come to the foundation block work. So here in the foundation block work, you look at the blocks. With 1,200 blocks, you can do your foundation. So that costs about 9,000 cedis, just about $750. Then cement for block work, that should be about 4,000 Ghana cedis. Labor, so this cement for block work is the cement that they will use to lay the blocks for the foundation. So just make sure you understand that. Then labor for laying of blocks. So here, you are going to spend about 6,000 Ghana cedis. A mason and a laborer, that is how much they will charge 150 cedis each. So to lay 1,200 blocks, this is how much it's going to cost you. So that gives you 19,500 Ghana cedis. Then once you are done, the pillars that have been put into the foundation, the concrete have to be poured on them. So you have to rent wood. They would fix the wood by the pillars. Then once that one is done, the carpenter will do some work there. So renting of wood plus carpenter, everything, 1,000 should just do fine. The labor for the casting and the cement. You already have stones there. You already have sand, what you bought at the beginning. It will just do fine for the continuation. You don't need to buy additional sand and stones. So that casts the pillars. Then once that is done, you are ready to do your filling. So you fill the foundation with gravels. Remember, I told you that you will clear all the clay from the site. So once that is done, you are ready to fill it with gravels so that it doesn't cause the foundation to crack here and there. So that one too, again, with about 20,000, you will just do. Then you come to the plumbing works. So here you are going to, one before the foundation, we pour concrete on the foundation finally, so that you get the floor where you pass. You would have to put some plumbing works in there, some pipes in there. That will be the toiletries, the sink, I mean the wash hand basins and all of that. You do that. So that is 7,000 Ghana cedis. Then you come to casting of the foundation floor. So here you will need an additional sand, you need an additional stone. You have to buy one each. Then cement for that, labor, water, and the renting. So you see that the total for foundation is 120,000, and that is just about $10,000. So if you are overseas and somebody is building for you and quote anything above this, then you have to be very careful, because in the end, this is just a 4-bedroom house. A lot of the money could go waste. So every step has to be explained to you. I have shown you the steps here. We have the startup materials, we have the ground preparation, we have the footing work, we have the foundation block work, we have the casting of the foundation, filling of the foundation, plumbing, casting of the foundation. So everything gives you 120,000 Ghana cedis. So with this, we are now done with the foundation, which is what is here. So that is the 120,000, the $10,000. So now let's continue. So now you come to the framework. So this is where now you see the building, the ground floor. So here the block work is done. And as you can see, that is here. The cost of 48,000 is here. So here you get your iron rods for the main block work. You get your iron rods for the main building is here. You have the steel bender, you have cement for casting of the pillars, labor for casting of the pillars, the carpenter, all that. Then the blocks that you will lay for the ground floor is there. Cement for the block work is here. So let me just take a bit of time to walk you through it. So you buy about 2,000 blocks for the ground floor. It should be enough. 2,000 blocks for a 4-bedroom should be enough. So that gives you about 15,000 Ghana cedis. You have cement for the block work. You have the labor for the laying of the blocks. Labor for the laying of the blocks is here. The water, and then maybe an extra sand. That gives you 26,900. Then in the ground floor, you put some pillars in there. So the starter pillars that you did during the foundation stage, you are going to continue with it. So when you continue, you have the iron rods, the steel bender, blah, blah, blah. That gives you 21,800. So it comes to 48,700. That is just about $4,000. So this one gives you the block work up to the lintel level, for the ground floor. Before now, you are ready for the concrete roofing. The concrete roofing too, the cost is here. So the concrete roofing, let's go back to our summary page. So now you've seen the ground floor work. Now let's go to the concrete roofing. So here, you buy iron rods. You have to buy about, if you want a quality job, you have to buy about 7 tons to get a very good job. The labor, normally they charge about 1/3 of it. So let's estimate about 15,000 Ghana cedis. The wood materials, you buy wood for the decking. Then you have carpenter who is going to do the form work. You have plumbing. So here you lay pipes for you do the continuing pipes, because you have to do that before you can actually cast it. Then we have the electrical pipes. So they will put the electrical pipes in the flow. You have to buy that. Then labor for casting of concrete is here. Then cement for concrete works about 200 bucks. You need about 200 bucks to ensure you get a very good job done. Water, sand, extra stones. So that gives you 172,000. So you need 172,000 to do your decking. If you are lucky, you can do it for 150,000. So that translates to about $14,000. So let's go back to our summary sheet. So that is what you have here, 172,000. So that's $14,000. Then you have the first floor framework. You have the roofing of the building, as we walk through. So with about 529,000, as I said, you should get the structure there. Now, in the next video, we are going to talk about the cost of finishing. The cost of finishing. But with the structure, 529, 30,000, that's about $44,000, can do a very nice 4-bedroom story building for you. So this 4-bedroom story building, you have one room downstairs or maybe two room downstairs. Maybe you can have a master bedroom downstairs. You can have a room. That's the room for the house help. You have a very big kitchen, a very big dining area, a hall, all in a half plot. So we are looking at a half plot of either 70 by 50 or 35 by 100 feet. It will just do fine, and you have enough space to park at least 5 cars. So this is very important. You need to understand these steps so you know that you are on track and you know how you can structure your finances. I will do a video where we look at how you can finance some of these projects with maybe a combination of your own savings and loans. As I said, you don't need to save tons and tons of money before you start a building project. You can start it gradually. As you can see from the foundation, there are a lot of things that you can do gradually. So you can buy the sand, you can buy the stones, put them on the sides, and you can do the rest later. Some of the things here, you gather about 10,000, you can go and start. Before you know it, you have finished the foundation, because a lot of the things you can do them gradually. You can do them gradually. You can take as many years as you want. You can take 5 years, you can take 10 years. You would by all means get to the finishing line. One thing about building is this: the most important thing is that you have to start it. You have to start. When you start, you would realize that some energy would come. You will get some energy. The spirit of building will enter you, and before you realize, you start building aggressively. Wherever you can get money, of course, genuinely, not stealing, nothing. You can get money to put into the building project, you will do. So, my advice is this: a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. So you just have to begin the journey, and before you know it, you are done. So see you in the next video where we talk about the finishing and the steps that I have enumerated, a video linking all these numbers to the video. The most important thing is to give you an idea of the cost of the building, what the stages that we go through, and what you need to know. So you can also understand it when your foreman comes for money for a stage, you know what the money is going to be used for. And then you will not think that they are shortchanging you, or you will not have any doubt in your mind what is going to happen. And there are some of the stages, if you are not sure, you can request for a video to see how it is done, to be sure that it's in line with this estimate that we have given you. As I said, I'll have a video for all of those things, number one. And then number two, we will link the video to the numbers so you can make sense of all of them. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to this channel so you can quickly get an update of the next videos when we post them. Goodbye.